Hello everyone, my name is Winters and welcome back to this Let's Play series of Car Mechanic Simulator 2018. We are not continuing on exactly from where we left off, as you will see here. When I finished up the last episode, I checked the phone and so we had this order from a previous episode. It is an experience order, but then these three popped up like in rapid succession and I was like, well, I'm going to take those. So we actually have 4 jobs in the garage now. But before we go any further, we're going to check the phone and we're going to see if there's any more. And if there isn't, we're going to dismiss them like so. I don't know why so many experience orders popped up so rapidly, but I'm glad that they did. Anyway, let's take a gander at this and see what we have to do. Repair all running gear faults, sloppy car steering, mark those off now. And loud when accelerating, probably manifolds or mufflers or something like that. Let's see if she can go on the test path. She can. Okay, so we're just going to check the brakes in this and the suspension and see if this returns back anything at all that needs replacing. So we can see here the front left and right brakes are above average, so they're not too bad, they don't need replacing. The left and right rear brakes are above average as well. They don't need replacing. Now we're moving on to the front suspension, and we can see the front left suspension is really bad. It's only at 15%, and the front right is at 50%. Now we're on to the rear, and the rear left is fine. It's above average, and the rear right is really bad at 11%. So rubber bushings, upper suspension arm, bottom suspension arm, shock absorber, double wishbone shock absorber. Yeah, there's quite a bit of stuff there. So that was worth it. Now let's move it back to lifter A. And we'll get her up on the first stage of the lift. Where do we get at the engine in this thing? Front bumper. I have no idea how to get at the engine. Well, we're not going working on the engine, so we may as well just lift her up. And what we'll do is we'll mark off the items that we have discovered. And that way we'll know roughly where we need to start working. Which is on both sides here, actually. Wow, look at that. Okay, outer tie rod. I'd say that inner tie rod could do with replacing as well. That end link. I'd nearly say that axle needs replacing. Right. Shock, you're coming out. End link, you can come out as well, actually. That drive shaft doesn't look too good. Bottom suspension arm. Upper suspension arm. The inner and outer tie rods. The steering rack. And what else are we looking at here? Rubber bushing. Right. Now I want to do an inspection on that axle. It does need replacing. So does that drive shaft. How about this drive shaft? It doesn't. Okay. So, take this one out. That bearing doesn't look too good either, does it? Let's do some more inspections here. Aha, you see? How about the knuckle? It does. Okay, cross member, sway bar. Let's move over the other side. Do similar inspections here. I would imagine all this is going to be fine. Yep, it is. Okay, but nevertheless we have to take out this drive axle. And now we do the drive shaft and the axle itself. And I think we should see what parts we can recondition. Not many. Wow. Okay. So that means actually, wait, we were meant to take this stuff off as well, weren't we? All the way down to the knuckle. Right, now, do we have a steering knuckle? We do. Okay, do we have a knuckle covered? No, the one that came off, it can go back on. Wheel hub, we'll put a new one on. Wheel hub bearing, we'll put a new one in. Brake disc ventilators, we'll put a new one on. New brake pads. A reconditioned caliper. And let's see if we got a bottom suspension arm. We do, with new rubber bushings. We're going to have to buy some of those soon. And an upper suspension arm. Again with new rubber bushings. And an end link. Yeah, we're going to have to put a new one in. What was that? End link B, wasn't it? It is. Double wishbone shock absorber and a drive axle D. Double wishbone shock absorber and drive axle D and rubber bushings. Right. Axle D. Front drive axle D. There we go. Rubber. For rubber bushings, and we'll buy like a baker's dozen, and we'll pick up 8 or 9. Yeah, 9 seems good. And what was the other thing that I needed to get? End link as well, now that I think about it. End link B's, pick up 5. That's still not what I was meant to get. Shit. Can't remember. I can't remember what it was. Tie rods. Let's pick some of those up as well. We'll pick up like 7, 8 outer and 8 inner. Man, that's really bugging me. Oh, springs. I need springs. I'll pick up 2 springs. Right. Now. Disassemble this one. Excuse me. And now we'll put together a new one. Double wishbone shock absorber with a spring and a cap. Alright. And we'll put that shock in. Now we'll put in the steering rack. And the inner and outer tie rods, all brand new. That drive axle. Oh, we had one. Look at that, huh? Front drive axle A, we have one. And now we move over to the other side and we start putting the parts back in here. We'll put a new one in. And an end link. And next is the inner tie rod, followed by the outer tie rod. Alright, that's looking pretty damn good. I think we can... Oh, wait a minute. The axle doesn't look great, does it? That muffler's in shit as well. Let's inspect. Doodle-doo-doo, inspector gadget. Doodle-doo-doo-doo. Why can't I take those off? Where am I? The back here. I'm not seeing much. Alright, the exhaust manifold has to come off in order to get that off. Now, that drive axle doesn't look great, which means this wheel has to come off. And we have to break this down all the way here. And we put in a new drive axle, and I know I have one. And back on with the drum. One that came off, it can go back on. And we're going to have to drop it down to get that exhaust manifold off. Alright, so let's mark off what we have done, which is quite a bit actually. So, rubber bushing and one item yet to be discovered. Huh. Oh, and there it is. There it's the knuckle housing. Yep, that's it. Just to confirm. Yep, knuckle housing B. Okay, which means we're taking this off again. The shoes, the drum cylinder, the drive axle. The wheel hub 4 and the knuckle housing B. Now, do I have a knuckle housing B? I don't. So, I need to buy one of those. Housing B. I think I'll buy like 3 of them, and I'll have 2 spare. Alright, now we start putting her back together. Parts that came off I can go back on, where applicable. Yep, you can go back on. Shoes, you can go back on. And the brake drum, you can go back on. And now the wheel. Lovely. Now let's put on the front wheels. And not forgetting that rubber bushing. I think we're good. So it's just the exhaust stuff. All done there. Oh, there's one part still to be discovered, which might be the exhaust manifold itself. But we have to drop her down first anyway to get at the exhaust manifold. Right, so the cover needs to come off in order to get... Yeah, look at that exhaust manifold. It's in tatters. Alright, and now that can be got from the lifter underneath. Alright, so it's a front exhaust section. That's all. Front exhaust section and rear muffler D. Front exhaust section, front exhaust pipe, front exhaust section, here we are, front exhaust section, and rear muffler D, rear muffler D, Mustang, no. Where are we? We've got to be close to it here. Rear muffler D. Right. Now I don't know what the exhaust manifold is, but we'll find that out in just a minute. So we'll get that front exhaust section in. Now we'll get the muffler in. And now we drop her down. And we'll take a gander. It's an exhaust manifold I4 sock. Screw it, we'll put in that one. Alright, and now the manifold cover. And we can close that down. And let's see what's left. So all done there. All done there. And all done there. That's it. So we spent 3,800 on parts and we're getting 11,000 back in payout. Not too shabby. Ooh, car is incomplete. Front drive shaft missing from car. Really? Oh. Damn it. I have to put her up again. Every time I always bloody forget something. Every freaking time. Alright, we'll put that one on there instead. That's it. Drop her down. And that should be it now. Done for sure this time. And yay! Wunderbar! Right. Let's move this car into lifter A. And let's go and take a look outside in the car park. And we're going to see what project we're going to work on next. You know, in our spare time. Because it's been a while since we've done any work on any of these. And we have a good few done already. We have, what, about half a dozen done, I think, at this stage. At some point in the future, I'm probably going to start selling some of them and, you know, make some money off them. Alright. Yeah, look, all done. Not done. Not done. Done. You're done. You're done. You're done. You're done. And you're done. Right, so it's really between these three. Which one do I want to work on? Which would be most interesting? I'm thinking this bad boy. So let's move it to the garage. And we will return to the garage there ourselves. And now we should be able to move it into lifter C. And how are we doing on time? 17 minutes, 15 seconds on the nose. That might be it for this episode, actually. That's probably not a bad place to finish, because we've had a couple of long episodes, and yeah, it might be a bad idea just to end here. So let's move this into lifter C, and at least we have a project now that we can work on in our spare time. We'll put that up on the first stage of the lift as well. Excellent, excellent. Right, so we are going to work on this one in our next episode, and let's actually quickly check the phone to see if there are any more experience orders, and if there are, yay! Look at that! It's the same car that we just picked up. Holy Hannah. And another one! Ah, shit! Ah, do you know what I'm going doing? I'm putting this one back out in the car park. I do not want to skip any experience orders, and we can't fit any more in the garage. Move to parking. We've made the decision anyway. That's a good thing. We've made the decision. So we'll move that to lifter C, and now we'll go and pick up that other experience order, because yeah, we do not want to miss any of those. And there we go. Excellent. So now what are we at? We're at 18 minutes, 40 seconds. Right, we have 5 orders in the garage. This is great. Loads of stuff to work on in future episodes. So we're going to leave it there for now. Thanks a million for watching, folks. I hope you all enjoyed this episode. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. Do all that good stuff. My name is Winters, and I'll see you next time. So until then, take care.